What's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley with your news in motion. How are you today? Today is Tuesday, December the 15th, 2020. I told you I was going to do it. It's cut. And I'm loving it. Good morning, Pastor Alex. Good morning. Yep, I said go ahead and do it. So it's gone. I told you I was doing it. I warned y'all on yesterday. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Kim Kills. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Good morning, Kenya. Yep, I did it. Girl, I did. Good morning, Shirley. Good morning, people. How y'all doing today? Good morning, Dana. Good morning. Good morning, Tracy and Diane, Ladybug, and Lori. Good morning. Good morning. It is a joyful Tuesday. Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning. You love the cat? I love it. I love it. I told you I was doing it. I never tell y'all anything that I'm not going to do. So good morning to all of you. Good morning. I heard that. Good morning, Oscar. Good morning, Leanne. Good morning, people. I love it that y'all get up with me. I enjoy it. The hair is popping, Tracy. I do like it. I told y'all I was taking the scissors to it. I didn't do it, but good morning, Tony. Good morning. Good morning, Brenda Randleman. What's up, girl? Good morning. Who else is coming in here before we start this news? Good morning. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning. Thanks, Carolyn. Thank you. Trust me, y'all, I was trying to go shorter than this, and she was like, I just need to make sure you're not making an emotional move. You said it's fire, Leanne. Thank you. I'm loving it. Good morning, Hester. Hester, it's 5 o'clock in the morning where you are? Good morning. So yeah, y'all, I decided to go ahead and chop it off. And her name is Kara, and Kara was saying, are we doing an emotional move with the hair? Good morning. And I said, no, girl. I said, just go ahead and cut it. She said, it is kind of long. I said, kind of long is pretty long. So she said, you want me to do just one big whack? I said, yeah, go for it, and then we'll fix it later. So I said, take it shorter. She's like, we're going to take it right to where I have it, and we're going to leave it alone. We will leave it alone. Good morning, Judy. Good morning. Hester, 729. Okay. I thought you were in another area. Or were we talking last time and you were where were you Friendsgiving? Good morning, Karen. Good morning. All right, y'all ready to get started? This is coffee, good coffee with some hazelnut cream on the inside. We make it ourselves. North Carolina. Okay, that's right, because you and Kim Kills. That's right. Good morning, Jacqueline. Good morning. All right, y'all, let's get started. So good morning to all of you. Good morning for anyone who's new. I am Gail Dudley with News in Motion. Thank you, Mary. We are family. We have a good time here. I give some quick rundown of the news, and then we're out of here. Good morning, Kimberly. And then we are out of here. I'll leave you with the inspirational message. Good morning, Antoinette. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Kim Edmondsons. Y'all are rolling up in here today. Y'all like it? Thank you. See, y'all, I now think I'm cute, right? Good morning, Tamara. Good morning, people. Good morning, Deborah Johnson. Y'all are for real today. Y'all are for real. I'm loving it. Donita, good morning. Y'all are rolling up in here. Looking 29, Demia. Thank you, girl. Thank you. All right, y'all, let's get to the news. Y'all, Georgia isn't messing around. People lined up yesterday in the rain. They lined up. Sometimes lines were wrapped around the building. Good morning, John. Sometimes lines were wrapped around the building. The Washington Post reports that around 3 p.m., they interviewed a young lady named Tania Thompson, and she was saying that she pulled her car onto the lot at the recreation center for the second time that day. Good morning, Adrienne. She said she and her neighbor had first came to cast their ballots shortly after the voting location opened, but they found a line wrapped around the building. They opted to return in the afternoon, hoping it would be better. It wasn't. So people were lined up, in the rain, doing what they needed to do. So I thought it was only fitting that we recap what you should do when you plan your vote and stand in line. So let's just go do a real recap. Good morning, Annette. Y'all, cell phone charge. Yes, plug in your cell phone in the evening, charge your cell phone. 100%, y'all. Charge your portable battery, 100%. Good morning, Denise. How's New York City, girl? Make sure your portable charger is charged. So if y'all have anybody, good morning, Bill Palmer. If y'all have anybody in the Georgia area, make sure you give them this list. All right, y'all, pack a lunch. Remember, 2 pieces of Wonder Bread, put a piece of bologna on it, a piece of cheese. Now, no mayo. Not having any mayo. You can put some mustard on it, but no mayo. I don't care if it is cooling off outside. We still need to make sure we're eating the right stuff, okay? No deviled eggs. I don't care. Still weather. No deviled eggs. Have a protein bar. Have some saltine crackers. Have a little bit of ginger ale for the stomach. Make sure you are in line doing what's right. Have some water. Have some nuts. Have some almonds. Have some pecans. Have some cashews. Have your insulin if you need insulin. Have some Pepto-Bismol if you need it. But make sure you are being smart. Ladies. You can wear your leggings, but make sure we cannot see your polka dots, your fuchsia color, your orange, your green, or anything like that. Make sure you have on leggings, no tights. All right, so that's your recap. Good morning, Latrice. That's your recap, y'all. Have some Gatorade if you need it. Make sure you have your mask when you're in line. Make sure you have the ID that you need, and make sure have a little music if you need to. Have an umbrella since it is raining outside. Have an umbrella. Have a jacket. Wear layers. You can take it off before you can add to it if you don't have it. Use a cooler if you need to use it as a chair to sit down. Plan your vote. Plan your vote, people. Have a way to get your kids picked up if they're still in school. Plan your vote. The lines are long. Y'all. Get this, in Georgia, over 1.2 million people have already requested absentee ballots, and more than 200,000 of them have been returned. Y'all, Georgia, although we may not live there, for those of you who are on here who do not live there, although we do not live there, we still have a responsibility because we need those 2 seats. We need them. Good morning, brother. Good morning. We need them. All right, y'all, it is done. Can somebody say it is done? It is done. It took them all day to do it. Right about 6 p.m. Eastern, the last count was initiated. They signed it. They certified it. Biden came out 306 to 232. 306 to 232. Donald, you lost. Now pack it up, Buttercup. I need you to pack it up and get up out of there. We need to fumigate that place, so we need you to pack it up. You don't have to go home, but you got to get up out of there because that's no longer your home come January 20. With that being said, Donald, go ahead and concede. Try to save face. Do something right, dude. Do something right. But y'all, it is finished. Some people are wondering, why did it take so long? Normally that's done around 12 noon Eastern time to give time for the West Coast people, electoral, to come in and to sign the paperwork. They drew that out all day. So it was right about 6 p.m. on yesterday. It was done, but we also know we had a tweet right about the same time talking about the AG Barr was gone. Bye. He's supposed to be leaving on December 23rd, but y'all know he's out of there now. Now, people say, well, he resigned. Well, he didn't have a choice but to resign. All weekend long, he was upset. The occupant was upset with AG Barr because AG Barr was not going to dig into Hunter Biden's taxes. He was like, I'm not wasting my time with this. We need to move on with this. So, occupant said, you out of here. So he's gone. So that's happening. Y'all, Representative Paul Mitchell of Michigan, who is retiring, said, I'm done with this Republican Party. So even before he retires, he done switched parties to become an independent. He said, I'm not having this. This is ridiculous. We have gone on and on and on. This is not democracy, and I'm not going to be a part of it. So he said, I'm out. Bye, Felicia, in your Friday movie voice. I hear you. All right, y'all. Visiting professor. Howard University announced that Joy Reid of MSNBC, host of Reid Out, will join the school's faculty as a visiting professor with the Department of Media, Journalism, and Film. And that is held in the School of Communications. Actually, it's the Kathy Hughes School of Communications. The class will feature in-depth discussions about how outlets cover race, gender, and politics. I kind of want to take the class myself. I wonder if they let me come in and out of it. Of course, social distancing. All right, y'all, Pinterest is in the news. Pinterest, yeah, Pinterest, that app, Pinterest. Pinterest is in the news. Good morning, Patricia. CNN Business and New York Times is reporting that Pinterest has agreed to settle a gender discrimination and retaliation lawsuit brought by the former chief operating officer for $22.5 million. She was like, I ain't having, I'm about to sue y'all. Yep. Francisco Barr sued the company, accusing her male colleagues, get this, y'all, of edging her out of meetings, giving her gendered feedback, and ultimately firing her after she called for equal pay. All right, now, Pinterest did not admit liability, but you liable for something if you're going to dish out $22.5 million. Now, y'all, she was the COO. So why were they inching her out of meetings? Now, I don't know about you, but I just have a question. Any of y'all on Pinterest? What do you see on Pinterest? Because I'm like, I didn't know Pinterest was for men. I honestly did not know that. I am being transparent right now. I had no idea. So if Pinterest is for a particular demographic, yeah, Denise, $22.5 million. If Pinterest is designed for a particular demographic, well, why aren't we running the mug anyway? Y'all know I'm going there. So here's my question. There has to be someone on this live. There has to be. Maybe 3, 4, 5 of y'all who have the technical background to come up with our own boards to do blogs and websites and articles and images and food and all of that. We can also put the stock market on there. Come on, y'all. We got to do better than that. Good morning, Deborah Sneed. We have to do, why aren't we running something like Pinterest? Y'all, I'm serious about this type of empowerment. Come on. And we can go out here and hire the COO. Look, and get this. The settlement that was announced on yesterday includes a $2.5 million investment to be used towards advancing women and underrepresented communities in the tech industry. Yeah. So they even knew, well, let's just put in $2.5 more million to invest in women. Yeah, that's happening. So who on here can say, you know what, let's put together a team of people, not me, it's not me, but who on here who has that background, or maybe your children have that background, or maybe you know somebody, your friends, or somebody in your church, or somebody who already has a side hustle that's going on, that they can put something together like this, y'all. When we see things like this, we need to start asking ourselves, what can we do? What can we do? Y'all, Pinterest recognized the importance of fostering a workplace environment. This is their saying, you know, they gotta say this, that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive, and will continue its actions to improve its culture. That's what their statement said. Now, again, y'all, we can find somebody on here that can build boards, connect to blogs, connect to websites, connect to the stock market, connect to images, connect to restaurants. Y'all, here's the thing. We have so much expertise, and our worth and our value is so amazing. It's time for us to tap into that and begin to lay the foundation. Even if we're the Moseses, even if we're the Moses that's like, okay, we won't get to see it, but we're going to lay this foundation. I think that is so important for our community. Y'all, here's what I believe going into 2021. Now, 2020 has been hell. But going into 2021, I believe the time that we have spent alone, hopefully we've been reading, we've been researching, we've been doing things differently. We can see opportunities and we can see possibilities. And not only can we see those things, that we can actually tap into them and begin to build them. We can begin to build that right now. So I know there's someone on here. There's 3 or 4 of you on here who can say, let's do this. And let's stop being an island and let's start collaborating and partnering and working together. We can do this, y'all. We can do this. Good morning, Tracy. All right, y'all, Netherlands. NBC News is reporting in an appeals court on Monday handed victory to the estate of Michael Jackson. Yeah, you're right, Pam, potential. To Michael Jackson in the estate of Michael Jackson, in its battle over the 2019 HBO documentary. Y'all remember that, right? Talking about leaving Netherlands, which accused the late singer of sexually abusing 2 young boys. The Jackson estate sued HBO for $100 million, arguing that the documentary violated the 27-year-old non-disparagement clause from the 1992 concert film From the Dangerous Tour. HBO has argued that the clause is irrelevant to the present dispute and accusing the Jackson estate of seeking to silence victims of sexual abuse. So that's happening. And then, while I was preparing to come on here this morning, Kenya sent me a text message, or it was on Facebook post, informing me that I'm about to tear up some things this weekend. Y'all, Winter Storm Gail, spelled the way my name is spelled, Gail. Winter Storm Gail is to slam the Northeast with heavy snow, potentially including New York City, Philadelphia, and Boston. So if you live anywhere in those areas, you may want to get your boots on, get your shovel going, make sure you got some food in the house, make sure you got enough water, make sure you have everything you need. What is it? Milk, butter, bread, which I still don't know why we always grab those things. But go ahead and do what you need to do, because I'm about to tear up some things. All right, y'all, the coronavirus numbers. Yep, that's right. Be safe out there. The coronavirus numbers. We have in the U.S., and remember, I go to the World Health Organization. I bypass the CDC. Y'all, 16,942,980 confirmed cases. I'm going to just pause and let that sink in. You said, Gail, good name for a storm. All right, John Gore. Deaths, 308,091 deaths. 308,091 deaths. Recovered, 9,871,915. Recovered, 9,871,915 recovered. So let's celebrate that recovery. With that being said, Adrian said toilet paper. With that being said, y'all, thousands of Americans on yesterday received the initial dose of the vaccine of COVID-19. Now, Dr. Fauci predicts that people with no underlying conditions would get the vaccine by the beginning of April 2021. By fall, he said, life should begin to start to look normal again, whatever that is at this point, y'all. Now, I want to read this. This is a long quote, but please allow me to read this. Good morning, Brian. Y'all, this is the AP, that's the Associated Press, that's reporting this. And we're still talking about the coronavirus numbers. It says an investigation has found that at least 181 U.S. public health leaders in 38 states have resigned, retired, or been fired since the coronavirus pandemic began. The investigation by the AP and Kaiser Health News shows that at the same time, lawmakers in 24 states have crafted laws to weaken public health powers. Many public health officials say they can't do their jobs when they are undermined by political leaders. The public health departures signify an enormous brain drain just as the U.S. rolls out the biggest vaccination operation ever and faces what are expected to be the worst months of the pandemic. Again, that's the Associated Press reporting that. I think it is sad that because of laws and because people just don't want to wear masks, wash their hands, social distance, or even close down for a few days to get things under control, that they want to threaten, they want to sue, they want to march around their homes, they want to go after their families. That's ridiculous. Who and what have we become? But I thought that was so 181. So my question is, if 181 have either resigned or retired or been fired out of 38 states, who's going to remain and who's going to be honest, or who's going to be a part of this political process, that they're going to be more focused on the politics and less focused on the health of the people. Y'all, we have a real issue. This is why we vote. This is why we make sure we put people, we vote people into these offices that can make a difference. That can make a difference. If we shrink back now, we're going to lose all control. This is a time to be vocal, to take a stand, to write your legislation, your legislators, and to write legislation to say enough is enough. There is no reason, there is absolutely no reason why people are resigning from their health post because of politics. Yeah, you're right, Demia. This is why we vote, y'all. This is why we vote. It's not about a popularity contest. It really isn't. It really isn't. It is not about a popularity contest. It is who's going to implement the laws. And again, kudos to the U.S. Supreme Court. I didn't think I'd ever be saying that after what I have seen, how they rushed that last justice, Amy Coney Barrett, how they rushed that. I was like not happy about that. But then look what happened. They upheld the law. They read what they needed to read to say no on Friday, to deny the occupant of the Oval. They went by law. They went by fact. They went by the book. So it's like, okay, so we have that in place. But as American people, the reasons why we vote is to make sure that people are being taken care of. We have experts who have resigned, who have retired, or who have been fired because they were speaking truth to power about this coronavirus. In the U.S., we're 11 months? And we're just now seeing the vaccine come forward. We're just now getting somewhat of a handle on this. Somewhat. They went by job security. There you go. Good morning, Kenny. Good morning. So y'all, here's the sad truth. And because this is a pandemic around the world. So here's the sad truth. Again, the Associated Press, in the same write-up they were writing about what I just shared with you, they obtained a recording from the World Health Organization talking about poor countries facing long waits for vaccines, despite the promises that everybody would get it. Everybody. If y'all remember, even Bill Gates and Melinda Gates was talking about they wanted to make sure that the poor countries get it, and they were going to put all this investment and money into it. Well, that's not what's about to happen, it seems like. It says, they go on in the recording and say, it's clear that the pandemic has further exposed vast inequities that exist between countries and could now become a punishing cost for people around the world. Some experts say the chances that vaccine shots will be shared fairly between rich nations and the rest are fading fast. It's like they're not even being talked about anymore. So what's going to happen to our brothers and sisters in these poor countries who cannot get the vaccine or who cannot get the medicine or whatever they need to survive? Are we going to see countries being washed away because of this pandemic and because we were not fair across the board with getting them what they needed in this time, in this season? Y'all, this is a question. So when we talk about human rights, right here in the United States, we're talking about the UN, we're talking about the relationships we have with other countries. Again, we can hold our representatives accountable if they're not talking about this, sharing it with our brothers and sisters in other countries. There is no reason we should sit back and act as if they're not as important as everyone else. So I just wanted to share that. All right, anything you can do, I can do better. Y'all, Apple is like, y'all got that? Y'all got a mirror? Y'all got fitness? Well, they came out with a fitness, y'all. It's called Apple Launches Fitness Plus. It's a $10 a month at-home fitness app that with recorded classes, the product will complete an at-home fitness, will compete with at-home fitness companies such as Peloton and The Mirror. Well, we got Mike Nicholson with Hip Hop Fitness, and he online too. And he has a cost too. So let's feed into someone like Hip Hop Fitness and others on here who may have other fitness things. Let's feed into them as well. All right, Apple, you can do it. Okay, we got it. You can do it. Peloton has it. The Mirror has it. You know, that mirror is expensive. I looked at it. I was like, nope, I'm going to just have to hook up with Mike Nicholson. Good morning, Dr. Jean Harris. And Mike says, I sure am, and he's live. Mike, put your link in the thread. Put your link in the thread. So, y'all, we can do that, too. We can do that, too. All right, y'all, for the win. We're wrapping this up, y'all. For the win. We had a lot of news today, didn't we? For the win, y'all, Sandra Lindsay. Sandra Lindsay for the win. She's a nurse at the Long Island Jewish Medical Center who was inoculated by Dr. Michelle Chester in Queens yesterday. Now, I love the picture they had out there of Sandra Lindsay and Dr. Michelle Chester. Why? Black nurse, black doctor. It was like, boom, yeah. And it's believed that she was the very first one in America after the trials, after the testing, to receive the first inoculation of the vaccines that came across and that were delivered on yesterday. So she gets the win. She gets the win. And she says this quote. She says, I feel like healing is coming. This is Sandra Lindsay. I feel like healing is coming. I hope this marks the beginning of the end of a very painful time in our history. In a very painful time in our history. So that happened yesterday. That happened yesterday. Mike says we got on-site and online today in Dublin at 3:30. Y'all check out Mike Nicholson. Blackity black for the win. Demia. Don't y'all just love Demia? Don't y'all just love Demia? All right, y'all, here's my inspirational message. First off, let me go back to the inspirational message yesterday where I talked about it's okay. It's okay that we're weak. Because when we are weak, he is strong. It's okay when we are weak. There were so many of you who either inboxed me or wrote in to talk about how you needed to hear that. Hear me, I needed to hear it too. So when I heard it myself, I thought about my weaknesses. And I think if we just focus and know that when we're weak, he is made strong in us, I think we can all walk this path together. So this leads me to my inspirational message today. My inspirational message today, y'all don't throw things at me. My inspirational message today, I want to talk about our flaws. Yesterday I talked about weakness. Today I want to talk about our flaws. So many of us have flaws. And what we do when we have a flaw is that we try to hide the flaw. We try to hide it. And I'm encouraging us today, stop hiding your flaws. Stop hiding them. Stop hiding them. We spend so much time masking our flaws. So, as always, since I am very transparent, I'm going to use myself again. And I use myself not to tell you my business. I use myself to say I'm just as real as you are. So I have this condition. I've had this condition now for about 7-8 years. And the condition is called, and I don't know how to spell it, it's called lymphomatoid papulosis. Lymphomatoid papulosis. It's a form of a skin cancer. And I broke out in these lesions about 7-8 years ago, somewhere around in there. And I could not figure out what was going on with me. Couldn't figure it out. Well, I was just masking it because it wasn't on my face. It wasn't on my hands. I could mask it. But they were painful. I could mask it. And I was like, what is going on? So I went to a dermatologist. They didn't know. Went to another dermatologist. They didn't know. Went to a doctor. They were like, we don't know what this is. So, people want to just write it all off as stress. Like, it's just stress. Or did you have bed bugs? Have you ever seen bed bugs that break you out like this? So finally, there was someone who did a biopsy and we were able to figure out what it was. But before leading up to that answer, because it was attacking my nerve cells, I ended up in the hospital. I ended up in the hospital for 5 days up at Riverside. Ended up in the hospital for 5 days. They began to look into it. And, when you have that person who they have no bedside manners. When I learned what it was, this is how they said it. They said, and John Gore is on here. His wife can attest to this. Judy was with me. They said, and I quote, "Oh, that's just cancer." What? I'm in the bed, can barely, what? And then a doctor started explaining, it's skin cancer. It's a rare form of skin cancer. Very few people have it. And this is what's going on. It's a flaw. So I was beginning to hide the flaws. So I was learning how to deal with it, how to work through it, what to do with it. I have to go up to the James Cancer Clinic where they draw my blood and spin it every 6 months. Before I was going up there every month, going through that. Didn't want anybody to see me going in there. Didn't want anybody to know what was happening. It was a flaw. I was hiding it. Here's the story. One day while I was up there, I decided, okay, God, you have me here for a reason. So what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with this? So while I was up there was somebody that was getting their blood drawn and they were crying. So I went over there and I just held the other person's hand. I said, "Do you mind? Let me just pray with you while I pray with you." And she was like, "Please, I don't have anybody with me." So I prayed with her. Then there was somebody else another time I went up there and I just started talking to them. So it was almost like God sent me there to be the evangelist around the waiting room. That's what it was. I started having conversations, started telling people what it was like for me. All of a sudden, they're spinning my blood. After maybe the third or fourth time I did it, I was being open, I was being honest. And so I was in the back and the doctor said, "This can't be your blood." And I said, "Why not?" They said, "Because it shows there's nothing happening here." All right, go ahead and spin it again. Because for me, it was like, oh, that was it. I had to come out and share my flaw so that God could heal me. See, y'all see where I'm going with this? So they went out, they did the blood again. And y'all, I'm not talking 1, 2, 3 tubes of blood. I'm talking 10, 12, 18 because they got to check everything. They gave me all this water to drink to get the blood flowing again. They came back and they were like, "We don't see anything." I said, "Okay, I'm done." And they were like, "Well, no, we want you to come back in 6 months." "Okay, I'll come back tomorrow if you want me to." So now I go every 6 months. But when I started sharing my story, that's when I started getting healed. And that healing, and hear me, everybody heals differently. God heals people differently. God heals people the way he wants to heal them. Now, do I still break out when I'm stressed? I do. And it's hidden. Well, the other day, through some stress and, just dealing with everything, I started seeing them on my face. And I said, "Oh no, why are they on my face?" But now I'm like, I don't care because I have a flaw. So what I'm saying to you today, what flaws do you have? What flaws have you been trying to hide? What flaws are you not sharing your testimony, how God has been helping you? Maybe he hasn't gotten rid of those flaws for you, but maybe he's helped you handle them. Maybe he's speaking into you so that you can share it with somebody else. What are your flaws? Here's the truth, people. We all have flaws. Every last single person has a flaw, y'all. We all have flaws. We all have them. The thing is, we need to exercise wisdom and know when to share them. We need to know what to do. Come on, y'all. I was walking around in the summertime, 80, 90 degrees with long sleeves on, trying to hide my flaws. How many of us are walking around in pain, trying to hide something when the answer is if somebody knew they could help you? If somebody knew they could help you. So yesterday I talked about weakness. Today I'm talking about our flaws. What flaws do you have? What flaws do you have? Is it time for you to share those flaws with someone else? Whatever that is. Whatever that is. All right, y'all, we're still in December, so I asked everyone to find a family, that you bless, that family you can pray for them, you can lavish them, you can give them gifts, whatever that looks like for you. Make sure you're doing it, y'all. Whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't have to be open. It can just be like you're a secret Santa, if you will. But bless them, bless them, bless them, bless them. Y'all, let's pray. Don't forget, on December 31st, we have over 30 million people who are facing eviction. Over 30 million in the United States who are facing eviction. Yes, they're working on a relief package, but so far there's still no movement. There's still no movement. We have 1 week where they were able to do a stopgap with the government to keep the government open. Y'all know it's coming to a close. Something is coming to a close. They're getting ready to leave. Now, although Chuck Schumer said they should stay in there during Christmas and New Year's, but they're getting ready to get on their jets. They're getting ready to fly home to their $1 million homes with their nannies, their maids, their cooks, their butlers, whomever. And I'm not hating. You have it that way. You have it that way. I can say congratulations to you, but make sure you're taking care of the citizens who voted you into these offices. We have to make sure we're doing that. I think that's it. Until tomorrow, I am Gail Dudley with your news in motion right here every day, Monday through Friday at 7:25 a.m. I do need you to do me a favor. If you have not already subscribed to my YouTube, please do so. It is www.youtube.com/Gail Dudley, and that is Gail, D as in David, U, D as in David, Ley. For those of you who were not on here yesterday, we, through that my 29th wedding anniversary, where people were sewing in $29 to my Cash App, we hit over $1,500. We had the person who matched during the 10th anniversary, 100th episode on November the 10th, who matched the 500, and we did 500. They matched the 1,500, so we have $3,000 that we have given to those who are food insecure, and we're still doing it. Does the money just stay in Central Ohio? Nope, because there's people on here from Las Vegas, from Portland, Oregon, from LA, from Plano, Texas, from Dallas, Texas, from Baltimore, Maryland, from North Carolina, from Tennessee, from Washington, D.C., from Richmond, Virginia. I'm going to miss some cities and states. I know I am. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So what we do, we put that out there so that everyone is getting a part of that from this family. So, hey, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, people. All right, y'all, I have gone way over time. I didn't know that. Y'all going to start telling me, like, it's 8 o'clock, Gail, get off of here. Yep, thank you, Noana. North Carolina's there. So, y'all, I'm out. I love you. Have a great day. And remember, show your flaws. Show your flaws. Everybody has them. Everybody has them. Show your flaws. Mwah. Peace out. Have a great day.